This video is for you nerds, because today I'm gonna talk about how I can learn 5 languages and most people cannot learn even one well. Well, the secret is I'm not smart, I'm not rich, I'm not special, but I did learn a lot of languages and I'm gonna learn even more. And I know I did not demonstrate it on my videos because obviously it does not make sense to me to do that yet. Until I get some great idea, but yeah. So the reason why I'm able to learn many languages is because I started learning a language when I was 5 or 6, right? I started learning a new language when I was 5 or 6, and that's very important, right? You wanna do it as early as possible, and I know when you're a kid you don't really want to do it, right? So it makes sense that why most of people skip it. Like, why would I need to learn a new language? I already know the best language, especially in case of English, right? You know English, you don't need anything else, let's be honest. But the trick is, it's not that simple. If you don't learn language early on, you never develop ability to acquire languages easier. So the later you wait to learn your second language, the harder it will get. So get it done as soon as possible. I don't know, when you're 20, when you're 30, when you're 50, like the earlier you can do it, the better. And that's the first trick, is just do it as early as possible. Second trick, you have to learn a completely new language. If you speak English and you learn Spanish, your brain is not gonna treat that as a new language. Whenever you hear a lot of Spanish speech, and I study Spanish like every day, I realize that there are so many similarities that if I choose a lesson and I go through lesson goes like this. Something that should take 10 minutes takes me like 1 minute because I insta skip everything, like easy. And there is no effort. There is no effort to learn Spanish. You're not learning, it's like, oh, how do I say this word in Spanish? Oh yeah, let me add one letter at the end, like passport, pasaporte. Or instead of train, it's tren. Or instead of bus, it's autobus. Like come on, that's identical. And a lot of the rules and the sentence structure is like 90% identical. So imagine you learn Spanish, instead of learning a new language, your brain treats it as like, hey, I'm just learning like English that sounds differently. At least it's not that I don't think Spanish is a language. Spanish is the language, English is the language. But in combination, it's like learning a different dialect of that language, right? So it doesn't really develop your ability to learn as much as it kind of increases your vocabulary and your pronunciation, but it doesn't make you learn new language. So what you should do instead, that's the trick. You gotta learn a second language that has nothing to do with your language. Nothing. So like if you speak English, learn Mandarin. And be like, oh, Mandarin is too hard. There's like 5 million symbols, and it's like, that's exactly the thing. It is nothing in common with English, and it's completely different, and it's extremely difficult. And the reason why it's extremely difficult, because it is completely new language in every way. Writing, listening, speaking, everything different. There are tones, there are this and that, and symbols and blah, blah, blah. And because of that, when you learn that, in your brain, you almost create a new pathway. You create a new area, like a new area where new people live. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. You create like a Chinatown in your brain that is separate from your Boston or New York, which lives here. And that's why if you learn a language that has nothing to do with your own language, you actually acquire ability to learn languages. That's where the superpower comes in. And once you go through that first language, and the first language is the hardest language to go through, it's unbelievably hard. Most people give up regardless, whatever is their second language they're gonna try to acquire. But if you don't give up and you get down and you learn the entire language, you just not only acquired a new language, you acquired a superpower, after which learning languages become everyday thing, or like a normal thing, right? It's like frying eggs or like making a toast. The same thing, you'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna learn about 5 different rules and new words in a new language. Like it doesn't become difficult at all. Moreover, learning brotherly languages, that's how I call them, right? Like say from Spanish to Portuguese, after you learn like Mandarin, becomes incredibly easy feat because you like your brain already went for learning Mandarin after English, so learning Spanish or Portuguese feels like a walk in a park. You're like you relaxed, you're having fun. It's not difficult at all. So that's why the first thing you do is to learn the language has nothing to do with your language, and you learn it all the way down. So that's another trick, how to acquire that superpower. And after that, everything is super easy. It's super easy and it's pure joy. I think first language is a grind, everything else is a joy. And the another trick I know is that if you really want to acquire language and you want to acquire it in a more enjoyable way, not so much grind, you gotta save some money and go abroad. Like you save, let's say like $4,000, you apply for school in Spain, a language school, you go to Spain and you spend like 6 months there, you grind it. But when you grind the language in a host country, you're having fun because you're in a classroom with people that want to do the same. It's a great environment. You go outside, you go, every time you finish the class, you go to the store and you bust out like something like a cerveza por favor, something like that. You say something nice and they're like, oh yeah, here we go. And it's a fun experience. You know what I mean? Like in class, it's fun. Outside of class, it's fun. Everything is that language. You are completely living and breathing in that language, and that acquisition goes way faster and way more fun. Like let's say from studying at home in China or studying in Spain Spanish, it's like 10x speed, and I'm not even joking. It is literally 10x speed because your Spanish is not just living on your notebook. Your Spanish lives everywhere all the time, and that's why it's easier, it's more enjoyable, and you will be way more fluent and sound like human. Yeah, so that's another trick. Just go to a host country, language host country, and learn it there, save some money. I promise you it's worth it. And before you say, oh, like wasting money on learning languages, what a waste of time, I wouldn't say it's a waste of time, because here's the benefits. The first benefit is the health benefit. Dementia happens to a lot of people, and one of the ways you can delay it or prevent it is by speaking multiple languages, because when you speak multiple languages, your brain constantly working, running on a treadmill. So when you learn completely different languages, you delay your dementia because your brain just, let's say it gets bigger, right? It doesn't really get bigger, but let's say it's just giant, and that's why it beats shit out of dementia, right? So that's why there is benefit to learning languages. It's a health benefit. The other benefit is that you can find job easier. And you'll be like, oh, but most jobs don't require you knowing like 5 languages. Well, that's the thing. You don't know about jobs that require learning that many languages. The more languages you know and the more fluent you are in them, the more flexible and valuable you are for companies or for the world or just anyone in life. Like if you know multiple languages, you're by definition liked by others. It's just the reality. So you like by companies, you like by people, you like it just makes you better socially, professionally wise. So yeah, learning languages definitely will help you with career. It will help you with social standings and stuff like that. And the last point I want to make, it's fun. It's pure joy. I don't know, something about going to Chagi, where I go like every day, sitting down, getting my jasmine milk tea, opening my notebook, grabbing my pen and writing down Korean, Chinese, Spanish or whatever. It gives me so much joy and purpose and fun that nothing else gives me, right? Like I can get like Nintendo Switch, right? I have Nintendo Switch, I can play a game, I finish a game, I don't get the joy. Like I play the game, it's fun, it's addictive, it kills time, but at the end, there is no joy. But when you learn something new, and in my case it's mostly languages, it feels so fulfilling and your brain is firing up and you're like on fire, like, yes, I know how to say this in this language. I just became so good. Yeah, it just learning language is a pure satisfaction, at least for me. Maybe there, I know there are some people probably who get satisfaction from learning math or engineering, but the thing is, learning science does not allow me to understand people or communicate with people. And I do care about understanding and communicating people, because there is so many wars and there is so much disagreement in the world. But if you just try to put yourself in the shoes of other people, learn their languages and their way of thinking, you will be able to understand them unlike anyone else. And that way you can prevent any misunderstandings, any conflicts and everything. And then you won't need to trust the media and your government trying to start a war. You can just literally understand, be like, oh, I see why they're doing this. Oh, I see this. It allows you to be more human. The more languages you know, the more human you are, the more citizen of the earth you are. Because a language is a nationality. And if you know 5 languages, you lose nationality and you become a global citizen who doesn't really see, oh, they're bad or they're good. You just see everyone as they are. And that's just incredible. It broadens my mind so much. Every time I learn a new language, I'm like, oh, actually those people are not who I thought they are. And yeah, it really does help understanding others. So yeah, I hope I gave you enough benefits to learn a new language. I hope you go and learn a new language, because there is nothing more fun than doing that. And trust me, it's just all about getting through a grind of a first language, second language. After that, everything is donuts and coffee. But yeah, thank you for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And when I see you, I'll be speaking more languages. We'll see how that's gonna go. And I hope you speak too. See ya, bye bye, adios amigos, annyeonghaseyo.